did something controversial. A few months ago, I released a little video demonstrating a way to hold your dog's lead and still be able to sign thumbs up to your deaf dog. In that video, I demonstrated both the finger lock that keeps your thumb free to sign to your deaf dog, and also the thumb lock technique that I use with hearing dogs. Since then, I've had a few people contact me with concerns that the thumb or finger lock looks dangerous. Surely if a strong dog suddenly lunged, then having the lead around your thumb or your finger could break or even dislocate your fingers. I think I'm in a pretty good position to assess safety. I've got a connective tissue disorder that affects my joints, my grip strength, my balance, and it puts me at high risk of dislocations. This is what I do to keep everyone safe and secure. Now, with my medical condition, it's really important that my 35-kilogram boxers don't pull me over, don't pull my shoulder out of socket, and don't dislocate my fingers. So I use the finger lock and the thumb lock techniques. They're secure, so you're not gonna have the lead pulled out of your hand. They're safe, and best of all, they don't hurt me with my particular medical condition. It's important to have our dogs securely under control when we're out and about. Loose dogs can be an absolute menace if they've ripped the lead out of their handler's hand and they don't have a good recall. I'm talking dogs running on roads, chasing wildlife, or running up to dogs who want nothing to do with them. Comment below if you've ever had this happen to you. Some folks will try to prevent this by looping the handle over their wrist or wrapping the lead round and round their hand. But I strongly advise against this. If a dog suddenly lunges, you can get pulled over, or your hand can get crushed, or both. Now, this was a sailing injury, but the principle is the same. I had a rope wrapped round and round my hand, and then I fell off the boat. The hospital said it was only my joints coming out of socket that stopped my bones from breaking. Now, I have seen the exact same injuries with strong dogs and people wrapping leads around their hands. So what do we do to get the best of both worlds? A secure grip on the lead, but the ability to let go quickly if we ever absolutely need to. Try out a thumb lock or a finger lock. To do the thumb lock, loop the handle of your lead over your thumb and then make a fist around the whole handle. If you'd prefer to have your thumb free, then try out the finger lock. Simply loop the handle over your index finger, then make a fist around the entire lead. If you ever need to shorten your lead, then just take up an extra loop of lead, lay it over your thumb or your index finger, then make a fist around the whole thing just like you did before. Now, even though it may look like the pressure is going to go into your finger or your thumb, the pressure actually gets distributed into your hand. Now, I'm no engineer, but I know what I feel. There is no pressure around the joint. Even if a dog suddenly lunges, it doesn't hurt at all and it doesn't pull the lead out of my hand. Try it out for yourself and see how it feels for you. Also, if you're getting some value from this video, consider giving it a thumbs up so it can spread to even more people. Thank you, I really appreciate it. What's really cool is that both the thumb and the finger locks work really well with a double-ended lead too. Just loop your finger or your thumb under the lead, then take up both ends in a fist. Just as a little side note, I really love the company of Animal's Multifunction lead and their Longline. It's not too thick, it's not too thin, and the fabric has that perfect balance between soft and grippy. Plus it doesn't get slippery if it gets wet or slobbery. There's a link in the description below if you want to check them out. One final tip, to ensure that your dog is not going to pull you over, keep your hands near your center of mass. Having your arms out away from your body is what puts most people at risk. So put one hand on top of the other, then pin your hands to either your belly button or your hip. Then shift your weight slightly back away from the dog. This is the exact posture we use when sailing, and it works really well for big, strong dogs. So just to recap, don't put yourself at risk by wrapping your hand up like a mummy. Instead, pick a digit and make a fist. Remember, you can shorten the lead with loops. You don't need wraps. And you've always got your other hand there if you need to brace. If you want more training tips and tricks, make sure you head over to our Facebook group, the Canine Concepts Community. I'll pop a link in the description below. So now you know how to handle a short lead, but what about a long line? Don't worry, I've got you covered. This is the only time where I'll actually put a handle over my wrist, but there's a lot of other things that I keep an eye on safety-wise when I've got a dog on a long line. Check out this video and I'll talk to you soon.